how can we combat technology/phone addiction in a world where it is so heavily relied on for communication?
I don't know if I have an answer to that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very cheesy with it. I ended up buying one of these like invisible little boxes, not invisible, clear boxes.
Yeah.
And I like put my phone in there and I lock it up.
I have an invisible box right here.
Yeah.
There's an invisible box right here. We put our phone.
It's like, okay.
I brought one with me.
We all see the box, right? He's a guest. All right.
So I think these are one of these, like, we all have to have wisdom and self-control and boundaries with the technology. Use the technology, don't let it use you. To me, I just try to have those things in place, so that when I'm not working, I'm not working.
A friend of mine, Gavin Ortland, who has a YouTube channel that everybody should check out, Truth Unites, he goes on sabbaticals, particularly over the weekend, where he just doesn't touch his computer or use his phone. And that helps him as someone who does, make online content, not just get consumed with needing to check whatever the notifications are, or even like text messages and stuff. So I think there are ways that we can mitigate this proliferation and just onslaught of communication. When I was I did my undergraduate studies in sociology. Undergrad taught me how to write book reports on books I'd never read. And there was a book that I did a book report on called Alone Together by Sherry Turkle, which I've since read, and it's actually a really good book. And in that book, this is what she talks about, right? That we have so much communication that we're actually, it's not creating connection, it's isolating us. And so I think the more and more we can move away from talking to people online and talking to people in person and being proactive with that in reducing the amount of, I turn all notifications off on my phone just because there's too many. I'll check them when I need to check them, but I can't have my phone just constantly popping up with them. So, like I said in my talk, with there's so many benefits to these types of technologies, but there's also so many drawbacks, and screen addiction is a legitimate thing and has a lot of concerns that come with it.
Yeah, that's good. Here's a fun one.